Hello and welcome. My name is Santosha. I am so looking forward to taking you through your practice for today. We're going to start by taking a nice comfortable seat and just taking some time to settle into the space, settle into your body. So when you're ready, taking a full inhale, expanding the belly, expanding the chest. Full exhale, relaxing the belly, relaxing the chest. One more like that. Full inhale, belly, chest. Exhale, release and relax. Taking any movement through the neck, shoulders, maybe through the spine or the hips. Anything that will support you to arrive here, drawing your awareness into your body, into the space. Taking some time to let go of the day, of yesterday, of the past, letting go of tomorrow, the next week, letting go of the future, taking this time just to be present with your practice. Making your way to a point of stillness. We're going to go through a few rounds of a breathing technique that extends the exhale. And essentially what this does is, with the exhale extended for a longer portion of time, the compartment that your heart resides in is in a smaller space. This sends a feedback mechanism which slows down the heart rate, which shifts us into our parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and digest, supporting you into relaxation, into calm. So we're going to do an inhale for 4, an exhale for 6, just for 3 rounds, and then an inhale for 4 and an exhale for 8 for 3 rounds. Taking 2 breaths to prepare, taking a full inhale, belly, chest. Full exhale, belly, chest. One more like that. Full inhale. Full exhale. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 8, 7. Stick with it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 8, 7. Releasing all the way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Full inhale. Full exhale. One more like that. Full inhale. Full exhale. Drawing chin towards the sternum, towards the chest. Pausing here, lengthening through the back of the neck. We're going to take an inhale, rolling the shoulders forward, and exhale back and down. Let's go for 2 more of those. Inhale, shoulders roll forward and up. Exhale back and down. Last time. Inhale up. Exhale back and down. Taking left ear towards the left shoulder, right fingertips plant on the mat next to you. Keeping weight through the right shoulder. We're going to inhale, lift the chin towards the ceiling. Gaze can lift, or you can close down the eyes with your exhale, drawing the chin towards the left shoulder. Inhale to rise, chin goes towards the ceiling. Exhale to lower, chin drops down towards the shoulder. Going for a few more of these, noticing how this rotation through the neck changes where in the neck, that shoulder, the upper back, this lengthening occurs. Going for 2 more here. Final one. With your exhale, dropping chin down towards that shoulder, keeping the chin here. We're going to flex that right hand as if you're really pressing against something. We should start to already feel lengthening through the forearm as well as through the hand. With your next inhale, lifting the right hand. With your exhale, lowering that hand down, not going as high or as low as feels good for you. Inhale to rise. Exhale, lower. 2 more here. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Last one. With your exhale, touch the right fingertips down. Inhale, left arm reaches for the ceiling. Exhale, softening towards that right side. With your inhale, rolling the shoulder back, lift the gaze. Exhale, softening a little closer down to the mat. 2 more breaths here. Slight lengthen through the spine, reaching through the fingertips. Slight soften, coming a little closer down to the mat. Final breath here. With your inhale, fingertips rise towards the ceiling. Gaze can follow. With your exhale, left hand's going to plant on that right knee, coming to a rotation through the spine. We have 3 breaths here. With your inhale, growing long through the spine, stacking the crown over the sacrum. With your exhale, softening into a twist. Gaze comes to the corners of the eyes. 2 more here. Final breath here. Inhale, coming through center, fingertips can rise. With your exhale, we're going to fold forward, planting fingertips, coming through tented fingertips, walking the fingertips a little bit further forward. We're going to inhale, growing long through the spine from the base of the sacrum to the crown. With your exhale, we're going to ripple down the spine through the shoulders. We'll do this once more, so we should feel that opening through that upper back. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, rippling down between the shoulders. This won't be a big movement. Inhale, walking the hands all the way in, coming to that opposite side, taking the ear towards the right shoulder, left fingertips touch down onto the mat. Keeping weight through the left shoulder. With your inhale, lifting the chin towards the ceiling. With your exhale, lowering chin down towards the shoulder. Going for a few more here with your breath. Taking your full awareness to the sensation, to the breath. Going for 2 more here. Becoming ever more curious on how this feels. With the exhale, anchoring chin down towards the shoulder, flexing that left hand again as if you're really pressing on something. We should start to feel that already through the forearm, through the palm. Inhale, lifting the left hand. Exhale, lowering it down. Going for 3 more here. Inhale, rise. We should feel the intensity increase. Exhale, lower. 2 more here. Last one. With your exhale, left fingertips touch down. Inhale, right arm rises towards the ceiling. Exhale, folding over to that left side. Inhale, growing a little taller through the spine. Reach the right fingertips. Exhale, soften. 2 more breaths here. Keeping both sit bones anchored on the floor. With your inhale, stacking the spine, fingertips rise, gaze follows. Exhale, rotating to that left side, right hand plants on the knee. We have 3 breaths here. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, twist. Twice more. Final one. Inhale, coming through center, fingertips rise. We're going to do this one again. Exhale, folding forward, coming onto dented fingertips. This one can be a little bit tricky to get the first few times. Inhale, drawing long through the spine. Exhale, rippling chest through the shoulders. We contract through the shoulder blades. Inhale, long spine, shoulder blades separate slightly. Exhale, rippling down and through. Inhale, walking the hands all the way in. We're going to come to a tabletop position from here. Stacking knees under the hips, and rather than having the hands directly under the shoulders, we're going to take them a little bit further forward and a little bit wider. We're going to go through a few rounds of traditional cat-cows from here, and then we're going to be extending this out slightly. So with your inhale, coming to that cow pose, rippling up the spine from the sacrum, belly drops down, chest comes through, lifting the gaze. With your exhale, from the base of the spine, tucking the tailbone, belly button towards spine, separate shoulder blades, chin to chest. Let's go for 3 more of these. Inhale, arcing through the back from the sacrum, rippling all the way up. Exhale, tucking first the sacrum, rounding all the way up the spine. Twice more with your breath. Last one here. The next time you inhale and come to that cow pose, send the heels towards the hips. With your exhale, rounding the spine, coming forwards, hips send forward, chest comes over the wrists. Inhale, hips dip down, coming to a back bend. Pausing for the exhale, continuing through this. Inhale, arcing the back, shifting through cow, hips to heels, child's pose. Exhale, rounding forward through cat, chest comes over the wrists, little bit of wrist mobility. Inhale, dipping the hips down, upward dog. Pausing for the exhale, maybe closing down the eyes, allowing this movement to be intuitive now. Shutting off that primary sense to come into the others. Flowing with your breath, maybe you pause somewhere that's feeling a little bit more tension today. Option to add in here, maybe in your up dog, you'd like to take a twist from one side to the other side. Maybe in your child's pose before the transition, you'd like to reach one hand off to the side, other hand can follow, lengthening through the side body. Allowing this to be your practice. Knowing that I'm only a guide, and that you truly know the wisdom of your body. Taking about 4 more breaths here, then we're going to meet in that child's pose. Taking your time to arrive, bringing toes together, knees go out wide, reaching the fingers long. We'll spend 2 more breaths here, allowing yourself to soften a little bit more with each exhale. Final breath here. And driving the hips forward, coming to that 4-point kneel just as a transition, tucking the toes, pressing up to your downward facing dog. feet about hip distance apart, taking a pedal out through the heels, maybe a sway of the hips, a shake of the head, whatever's going to support you here, noticing what your body needs from you today. Making sure that we have pressure through the whole hand. We have 2 more breaths here. Inhale, drawing the spine long. Exhale, anchoring the heels down into the mat. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, anchoring that left heel into the mat. With your inhale, right toe tips rise. Pausing for the exhale, maybe left heel softens a little closer to the mat. Inhale, right toe tips go a little bit higher. With your exhale, scorpion dog, bend that knee, stack the hips, making sure that your chest, your shoulders are still squared to the top of the mat. We're going to drop that knee down to meet the left knee, rotating that knee out to the side, making a big circle. Going for one more big circle here. Meeting in that scorpion dog. Inhale, pausing here, that knee can go a little bit higher. Exhale, tiger curl, bringing that knee through towards the chest. Placing that foot between the palms, dropping left knee down. Inhale, arms sweep up for the ceiling. Palms meet. Exhale, crossing left elbow towards that right knee. We have 3 breaths here. Inhale, drawing a long spine. Exhale, sinking the hips, sinking into your twist. 2 more breaths here, making sure that that left hip remains rotated out. Last breath here. With your inhale, fingertips rise, facing towards the front. Exhale, sinking the hips, cactus the arms. We have 2 breaths here. Inhale, lifting the gaze, expand the chest. Exhale, hips soften down, softening into your back bend. 1 more inhale here. Last exhale here. Inhale, arms reach for the ceiling. Exhale, both hands plant on the inside of that right foot, coming to a lizard lunge, so we can have palms or forearms planted, that back knee planted, or we can tuck the toes and lift that knee up. Option to stay still, or maybe we take a few rocks forward and back, side to side. Maybe circles feel good here. Option also to anchor that right hand on the right knee and gently guide that knee wider. Making sure that we're still focusing on keeping that left hip rotated out to support us coming deeper into our hip opening. We have 2 more breaths here. Final breath here. And then planting the palms on the mat, we're going to drop that back knee down, untuck the toes if you had them tucked. Inhale, right arm sweeps forward and comes all the way around with the exhale, reaching towards the back of the room. Maybe this is where you stay. If you want a little bit more, option to bend through that left knee. Maybe you catch hold of the foot and draw it in towards the hips. We have 3 breaths here. Softening with each exhale. Final breath here. Releasing that foot if you've taken hold. Hands frame that right foot, coming onto tented fingertips. You may even want to take the hands to that right knee with your inhale. Long spine, driving the chest through the shoulders. Exhale, hips sink down towards the mat. Inhale, coming to a half split, extending that right leg out, flex the toes. Exhale, softening down towards the knee. Inhale, shifting forward, low lunge, chest comes through. Exhale, soften. Inhale, shifting back, half split. Pausing here, we have 2 breaths here. Final breath here. Then taking hips towards that left heel. We have just 2 breaths here. Final breath here. And walking the hands all the way in, sitting off to the right side of that left leg. Bringing the left sole of the foot either on the inside of the right knee or we can place it on the outside of the right knee. With the inhale, arms go long, gaze can follow, long spine. Exhale, turning to that left hand side. Right arm can either wrap around, or if you want a little bit more here, we can take the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Intentional with every breath, anchoring the awareness into every breath, every movement, every moment. We have 2 more breaths here. Final breath here. Inhale, gaze comes forward. With your exhale, we're going to wrap that left knee further around. So we have the knee pointing down towards the foot. Hands can plant in line with the knee. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, folding forward, lengthening through that back line of the right leg. Again, intentional with every breath. We have 2 more breaths here. Final breath here. We're slowly going to walk the hands in. We're going to place the left foot to meet that right inner thigh. We're going to shuffle further forward on our mat, and then we're going to bring that right foot in onto the floor. So the top of the foot is going to be facing down towards the mat. Sole of the foot is facing up, coming to an opening, a lengthening through that quad as well as through the hip flexor. So we can start to walk the hands back, maybe coming onto the forearms, making sure that foot is tucked under. With your exhales, intentionally tucking the tailbone under. So we want to rotate and scoop to lengthen through the quad, through the hip flexor. Now you might want to keep the gaze over the body, or if it feels okay to do so, maybe taking the head back, lengthening through the muscles in the front of the neck. If it feels quite comfortable for you here, you might want to come all the way down. Wherever you are, continuing to bring that awareness into this moment. We have 2 more breaths here. Final breath here. Then drawing chin towards the sternum, towards the chest, coming up onto the forearms if you haven't already, planting the palms, coming all the way forward. We're going to sweep that right leg back, coming to a pigeon pose, trying to keep the hips squared as much as possible, coming to tented fingertips. With your inhale, drawing the chest through, lifting the gaze. With your exhale, rippling the spine down from the sacrum all the way to the crown. Going for 2 more here. Inhale, rippling up. Exhale, rippling down. Last one. Inhale, rippling up. Exhale, rippling down, then finding stillness, planting the forehead on the hands. Maybe you prefer to be on the forearms. Maybe this just doesn't feel comfortable for you at all and you prefer to have the hands planted and continue to keep the torso upright. Choosing whatever variation is going to feel best for you here. Taking 2 more breaths here. Final breath here. Pressing through the palms, coming all the way up. We're going to frame that left leg, tucking the right toes, coming up into our 3-legged dog. Inhale, toe tips rise. Exhale, right heel anchors a little closer to the mat. Inhale, left toe tips rise a little bit higher. Exhale, scorpion dog. Inhale, that knee rises just a little higher. Exhale, drawing left knee into me, right knee. We're going to take those 2 big circles, rotating the leg out. Last circle here. Taking an inhale here. Exhale, tiger curl, left knee to nose, rounding the spine, placing that left foot between the palms, dropping the right knee. Inhale, arms rise, palms meet. Exhale, right elbow comes to that left knee. We have 3 breaths here, making sure that we keep that right hip rotated out. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, soften. Final breath. Inhale, rise, fingertips go towards the ceiling. Exhale, cactus the arms, sinking the hips down. We have 2 breaths here. Inhale, lifting the gaze, expand the chest. Exhale, sinking the hips, sinking into your back and bend. Last inhale here. Last exhale. Inhale, arms reach for the sky just as a transition. Exhale, planting them on the inside of that left knee, coming to our lizard lunge. So palms or forearms planted, back knee planted, or lifting it up. Maybe even one to ground that left hand on the inside of the left knee and gently guiding it wider. Taking stillness, taking movement, whatever is going to support you here. Two more breaths here. Then planting the palms, if you haven't already, grounding that left foot, planting that right knee down, untucking the toes. Inhale, left arm sweeps forward and up. Exhale, windmilling it all the way back and around, directing the fingertips to the back of the room. Option if you want to come a little bit deeper, you can take a bend through that right knee, catching the toes, drawing that leg in. We have just 2 breaths here. Final breath here. Releasing that foot if you have taken hold, framing that left foot, coming to tented fingertips. Inhale, chest comes through. Exhale, hips soften down. Inhale, half split, extending that left leg out, flexing the toes. Exhale, folding chest down towards the knee, hinging from the hips. Inhale, shifting forward, low lunge. Exhale, hips sink down. Inhale, half split. Pausing here this time. Exhale, soften. 2 breaths here. Final breath here. Hips go all the way back towards that right heel, keeping the arms outstretched. We have just 2 breaths here. And then walking the hands in, stacking one vertebrae at a time, sitting off to the side of that right foot, placing the right foot either on the inside or the outside of that left knee with your inhale, long spine. Exhale, turning to that right hand side, coming to our twist. Arm can wrap around, or for a slightly deeper variation, hooking that elbow to the outside of the knee. 3 breaths. Final breath here. Inhale, coming forward, releasing the arms. We're going to wrap that right leg around so the knees pointing down towards the toes. Fingertips can frame that right knee. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, walking the hands away, folding forward. We have just 2 more breaths here. Final one. Walking the hands in. We're going to bring that right foot to meet the left inner thigh, shuffling forward on our mat. And we're going to come to that quad stretch. So we're placing the left leg by the side, sole of the foot is facing up, top of the foot is down towards the mat. We're going to walk the hands back, coming either onto forearms, or if it feels comfortable to do so, coming all the way down. Option to keep chin towards the chest or dropping the chin back. Intentional with the exhale, scooping that pelvis under to lengthen through the quad, through that hip flexor. Two more breaths here. Final one. Bringing chin towards the chest. Coming onto the forearms if you haven't already. Coming onto the palms. Coming to the front of the mat. We're going to sweep that left leg back, coming to our pigeon pose, fingertips ground. Inhale, rippling the spine up, chest comes through, lift the gaze. Exhale, rippling all the way down. Twice more with your breath. Taking your time to meet in that sleeping pigeon. Head resting down if that feels okay for you, maybe on the forearms, maybe even remain on the hands. Two more breaths here. And pressing through the palms, coming all the way up. We're going to sit off to the right side of that right hip, bringing the feet in front. We're going to ground the hands on the hamstrings, coming through a few seated cat-cows. We're going to inhale, drawing the chest through, lift the gaze. Exhale, tucking the tailbone, rounding the spine, extending the arms out. We have two more of these. Inhale, arcing the back, coming through. Exhale, round, softening back. Last one. Extending the arms all the way out, coming all the way down onto the mat, drawing the knees in, taking a rock from side to side. We're going to finish with an inversion, so option to come to a happy baby, bringing the hands to the insides of the legs. Hands can come outside of the feet, feet towards the sky, knees outside the armpits. Option to come to a legs up the wall, waterfall pose. Stacking the feet over the hips. If you've chosen your happy baby, maybe having a play with a rock from side to side. Maybe having a play with a straight leg happy baby variation, trying to keep the sacrum as close to the mat as is available to you. Maybe alternating between the bent and the straight leg variation. If you've chosen your legs up the wall, maybe taking some circles through the ankles, a few points and flexes, taking any shapes with the arms that feel nice, maybe a cactus, a T, maybe hands come to the elbows. We have a final 3 or 4 breaths here to have a play with any final movement that feels really good for you here. After that final breath, we're going to come up for a seated Shavasana. You can either roll onto the side, then come up to that seated position, or catching hold of the hamstrings, rocking up, keeping eyes closed down. Tuning in here to how you're feeling now at the end of your practice. Allowing the movement to settle in. And taking this time rather than for mindlessness, can we cultivate that conscious awareness, becoming ever more present, ever more aware of all the beautiful subtleties that couple with right now. Any sensations on or in your skin. The movement of your body with each breath. The sensation of air moving in and out of the nose. Extending the exhales to shift into that parasympathetic nervous system. Seeing if we can soften the muscles of the face that little bit more. And bringing the hands towards heart center, palms meet, thumbs press against the sternum, a little bow of the chin towards your chest. Just taking a moment here to acknowledge yourself for showing up to this practice, for setting aside this time just for you, feeling into gratitude for everything that your body is capable of. Maybe you'd like to stay here a little bit longer. Otherwise, from my heart to yours, Namaste. Thank you for joining practice today.